You love those house flipping shows, so much that you've decided to take out a home equity loan to do an upgrade to your home. After all, you'll get the money back eventually when you sell your home. Will you? To answer that question and more about home upgrades, we've invited Elizabeth Dodson of Homezada.com to join us on the Dollar Stretcher interview. Hi, I'm Gary Foreman, editor of thedollarstretcher.com. Elizabeth Dodson is the co-creator of Homezada.com, a site and home management app with the goal of helping you to get organized, be better prepared, and save some money managing your home. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you for having me, Gary. How are you doing?
Very good. Thanks for joining us today. And we've seen a huge home improvement trend. It seems like everywhere you look, people are buying and improving homes. What's behind that trend?
So I think the market has changed where people are now making more investments into their home. And when the market was down, people stopped spending a lot of money because there wasn't enough money to spend. So the trends are back up where people are recognizing they want to take care of their homes, they want to improve their homes, and some of their homes are just ready for some updates and maintenance, and they want to get participating on that.
Now, is there anything about the trend that concerns you? I mean, are we looking at another bubble, or does it make much difference this time?
No, I think from my perspective, you see this trend, and it's growing steadily. It's not growing like the hockey stick that we saw before. Now, in some markets that still exists, for instance, the San Francisco Bay Area, it's just a different kind of market. It's a one where there's limited inventory, but there's a lot of people who need homes, and so there's still some exorbitant house prices out there. But overall, the country is actually seeing a steady growth in housing prices. And because of that, they want to make the nice improvements, and they want to test whether their house is ready for the market. Because you don't want to sell your investment when it's down. You want to sell it when it's up.
Mm-hmm. Well, now for the average family, I'm sure that there's some projects that pay better or return better than others.
There are many. So clearly, projects like curb appeal. So if you can add a brand new front door, which is very cost effective, or update your landscaping in front of your house with minor updates, even updating a garage door. These are very affordable tasks that you can do, and the return on them is pretty high. So the Remodeling Index showcases these types of projects, and these projects can get you anywhere between 85 all the way up to 97% return on those types of projects because the costs are relatively low.
That's interesting because most of us, we would think more projects inside the house rather than outside.
Yeah, those projects are still important inside. For instance, adding space to a home, meaning converting an attic or a basement into physical living space, taking a look at new decks outside because that becomes space on the outside for entertaining. Those types of projects are still important, as is kitchen remodels and bathroom remodels. But you have to be careful because those may not pay back the rate that most people think they will. They're about the 70 to, let's say, 85% return on what you invest. If you spend very high, for instance, on a kitchen remodel, and you go extremely high on your appliances, then a lot of times that's not going to pay back, especially if you want to sell it within the next year. If you want to invest in high-end appliances, do it because you love to cook and it's something that you want inside your house, knowing that you're not necessarily going to get the return right away. You may get it 5 years down the road, but you may not get it right away.
Now, is kitchen and bath, is that generally the ones that are the lowest paybacks?
They're not the lowest paybacks. There's other things that are actually lower than that. For instance, like surprisingly, sometimes adding new windows can actually be lower, but windows are good because they create more efficiencies. So, but kitchens and baths are really important because they're the money rooms. They're the rooms that showcase and people just love because there's so many beautiful things that you can do. A simple tile that's very ornate can actually make a room and a bathroom pop, and could be the deciding factor of whether someone buys your house or not.
Yeah, I suppose, and things like windows, there your savings is in your electric or your gas bill over years, and that's not something that's readily apparent when you do a walkthrough. And,
Correct.
Now, are there any mistakes that homeowners typically make, and how do you avoid those mistakes?
I think going back to some of the shows we keep seeing, they do make some of these mistakes. They go all in, and they want to improve their house all over the place, and maybe they want to improve their kitchens and their bathrooms because they are big money rooms and they're beautiful rooms, and there's a lot of, I guess, items that you can play with to make those rooms really pop. However, if your house isn't working properly and you have, let's say, a poor roof and it's got leaks in it, your money will be better used on fixing a roof or other areas in your house than it would be even investing in a kitchen, because the structure still needs to work. And so homeowners run into those problems where they want the things that look good and change the home, but aren't necessarily needed for the structure to operate of the home.
A little bit like putting lipstick on a pig, huh?
You got it.
Now, for a family, somebody who's watching here and they go, well, I'm anxious to do something. Any particular advice that applies to just about everybody who does a home improvement project?
The first thing I would do is take a look at your neighborhood, and if your neighborhood has projects like they have 4 bedrooms and 3 baths, and you have only 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, take a look at whether you can convert one of your rooms into more space. Because when you are ready to sell, space can actually be the difference between your house selling faster than maybe your neighbor's. The other thing to take a look at is always look at your maintenance. If you have units, appliances and HVAC units, equipment in your house that isn't working properly, that's the first step to take in investing in your home. Even a roof, it's a really expensive situation sometimes, but making that investment early on will then free up the long-term value of your home. It'll create some efficiencies, and then you can actually save some money to build in all the other areas like your kitchens, like your bathrooms.
Now, I know Homezada.com has a lot of tools to help you, whether you're planning on staying in your home or whether you're working on a project like this. Please tell us a little bit about it. What have you all created?
Yeah, so Homezada is the tool that allows you to manage everything about your home in one site. It's an online tool that you can track all of your structural aspects and all your possessions inside your house, or what we call home inventory. But for this scenario, let's talk a little bit more about home maintenance and home improvement projects. We provide calendar items and alerts to help people remember when they need to update their maintenance and what they need to do. So we actually provide them the information on how to get started, on how to take care of your house. And then on home improvement projects, which is another big mistake homeowners make, is they have this big wish list of what they want, but they don't always know all the details of the specific project. For instance, a kitchen remodel, the first thing people remember is I need to pick flooring, I need to pick appliances, and I need to pick cabinetry as well as countertops. But they forget that you still have sinks and faucets and garbage disposals, and the list goes on. So our tool helps them identify those items so that they can prepare for their project and manage their budget so they're not over budget.
Yeah, I know we're working on a bathroom remodel in our house, and you're right, there's all the little things that you tend not to think of, like the towel racks or the toilet paper holders and all of that stuff.
Grout's always my favorite. I always forget grout.
Fortunately, our tile guy didn't.
That's good.
Elizabeth, thanks for joining us here today. We thank our viewers for being with us and ask that you follow us on our YouTube channel and come back and see us often, and we'll see if we can't help you save some money on the dollar stretcher. Thank you very much.